Hi there. This week's episode we continue our journey up far north Queensland, where we base ourselves in Port Douglas for a few days. We visit the Mossman Gorge, we go up to the Daintree, and we detour to Cairns for some running repairs. In the late 90s we lived in Cairns for about 18 months, and we did head up and down between Cairns and Port Douglas on several occasions. So it was nice to revisit the road, the coast road, the twisty road down to Cairns.
Craig's eyeing off of Triumph Boulevard. There you go. How about that? So I'm just going to update. We just had a quick detour from Port Douglas down to Cairns. Expensive detour because our Freecom 4 intercom broke yesterday, so we can't talk when we're on the road, which was very upsetting for Craig because he couldn't talk to me. So we had to buy a new one. $400 later. Now we're heading back to Port Douglas. Here we are, about to get on the Lady Douglas, our little cruise. There she is. There we are. Cheers. Heading out on our little cruise. Can't be all that bad, it's got a wine.
After the ride that day, when we pulled into Port Douglas, we got the tip to go on the Lady Douglas in Port Douglas on the Dixon Inlet to have a look around at the local flora and fauna. Our host Lucas was very informative. In particular, he was very knowledgeable about mangroves, the various species of mangroves, how they absorb carbon, in fact 10 times more carbon than forests do, and the fact that, if I've got this right, that the mangrove in far north Queensland collectively would pull more carbon out of the atmosphere than Australia produces every year. next day we headed out of Port Douglas up to Mossman Gorge and then onto the Daintree.
Awesome. Here's Craig locking up the helmets. We've arrived at Mossman Gorge. About to go and have a look. Packed everything up. Boots are in. There, you can smile for the camera. We've arrived. We're here.
We arrived at Mossman Gorge first, which is nestled in the World Heritage listed Daintree Forest. Mossman Gorge contains the oldest continuous surviving rainforest on Earth. Just 1 hectare of the 120,000 hectare forest can contain over 30,000 species of plants and animals. And this is considered by many to be the evolutionary cradle for much of Australia's plant and wildlife species. In fact, some of these species have survived over 135 million years. So it's an absolute pleasure and privilege to walk through this rainforest. So it was time to put on the bike gear and head on up from Mossman to the Daintree Discovery Centre. G'day.
G'day guys, how you going? Everyone return?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After leaving the ferry, we noticed there were several signs warning us to drive slowly and avoid the local wildlife, particularly the cassowary. 50 kilometres an hour was the limit. Well, it was for us.
Okay, we're at the Daintree Discovery Centre on the aerial boardwalk, and it's pretty cool. Very windy road to get here, extremely windy. And we saw some crazy drivers.
The Daintree Discovery Centre claims to be a world-class environmental facility, and indeed it is. We found it really well laid out, very informative, and it was just learn a second as you walked around. I particularly liked how the walkways slowly got you up to different levels within the forest, and how you could appreciate different aspects of the forest depending on what height you were at.
Now I know what this is for. It's a bed. Oh my god. That is amazing. I wondered why there was a bed. Jesus, this thing moves. It just freaked me out.
Get on film.
I have. Bloody hell. I thought it was the cassowary. It's a bit like a wombat. God, anything else going to freak me out in here? Well, what a fun day. You enjoyed it?
Yeah,
What have you got to say about it?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Very informative, actually.
It was very informative. Really great day. I
And,
highly recommend the Daintree Discovery Centre.
Really well done.
In our next episode, we say goodbye to Port Douglas. We head back up over the Atherton Tablelands, and then we make our way up to the Gulf of Carpentaria and settle down at Corumba.